Albuquerque police today confirmed that another West Mesa murder victim has been identified.
She is the 8th to be named, but unlike the other 7, she is not from New Mexico. What does that mean for the case, and where is the investigation? News 13's Maria Medina is here with more.
Well, Diane, an investigator on this case couldn't tell us where or how close they are to focusing on one main suspect. Our source says what makes this investigation so difficult is that there are no eyewitnesses they can talk to. An investigator close to the case didn't want to go on camera but told News 13, even though the list of suspects is small, they haven't ruled any of them out. The chief has said in the past some of those suspects are in prison, some are dead, including Lorenzo Montoya. He lived in the South Valley not too far from the mass gravesite on the West Mesa. In 2006, he strangled a 19-year-old prostitute in his home. But when the woman's boyfriend came to pick her up, he saw her body, then shot and killed Montoya. Our source says they're not only looking at people in New Mexico, but wouldn't elaborate. Our source also said they still don't know if the killer knew the women or if he simply targeted them because they were easier prey. All the women identified so far had histories of drug use and prostitution and were transients. That's the life the youngest and most recent victim identified may have led as well.
She was a runaway.
Wendy Honeyfield of OMI identified Selenia Edwards through dental records earlier this week. Edwards was 15 when she ran away from her foster home in Lawton, Oklahoma in 2003.
They really don't know why she ended up here.
Edwards' family told Honeyfield they have no ties to New Mexico. Now it's up to investigators to find out how, why, and when Edwards ended up in New Mexico and became a victim of the West Mesa mystery. There are still 3 more women to be identified. OMI is expected to do another sketch of one of those victims. And the investigator says it's actually not necessary to ID those 3 women to solve the case, and that solving the case could actually identify the women. Their remains are at a North Texas lab right now where forensic anthropologists who help crack cold cases are trying to determine cause of death. Diane?
Okay, Maria. Selenia Edwards had been in foster care since the age of 5. Investigators believe her mother gave up custody because she was going to jail. Her family lives in Texas.